All right, guys, welcome back. We got a little product review today from Auxito. These guys reached out asking if we could do a product review. I said absolutely. So we got some headlights for my wife's Subaru. We're going to check these things out. So LED headlights have been around for a while. They used to be very expensive. Back whenever I was growing up, it was HIDs, high intensity discharge headlights were like what you wanted. Nowadays, LEDs is kind of where everybody's going with. These things are 6500K, so they should be a little more of a white color. You'll see that you can get blue ones, yellow ones, and then white ones. So honestly, you want these for more of a low beam. Your high beams, you're going to be blinding everybody. Even with these, we're kind of nervous. My wife's even a little nervous about blinding and getting people upset going down the road. All I care about is that my wife can see the deer here in Pennsylvania before she hits one. So we want to make sure we have nice bright lights here. These are a pretty good price. These are going to be less than $100. You can find them for, 50 to 75. Ooh, they come with gloves. That's kind of cool. Probably for like the static and stuff. So why not? We'll slap these things on and then we'll go through the rest of the box. Well, this is kind of cool. So I've bought a few different LED headlights before. Never got anything from these guys. So I'm interested to see how they compare. Oof. Well, if you got big hands, smack the camera. Big hands are not going to fit. Luckily, I'm a little dude, so not a big deal here. But we got some zip ties, probably to help clean everything up. We got an Allen key, so that's interesting to see what that's for. Got some instructions and how to install these. All the information on what we have here. Voltage, 6500K. Yeah, you guys know all this stuff, good for you. I don't know, as long as they're bright, that's all I really care about, and that they shine nicely. That's the big thing too with LEDs versus your halogens. You'll get a line and you might actually get some blind spots. So I'm hoping with these LEDs, this brand, we don't get any of those blind spots. But yeah, so we'll leave this in here and now we'll get to the product here. Get these things out. Packaging is pretty nice. Come on, work your way out. Here's the LED inside here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Got a fan. That's another thing with these different brands. They have different types of cooling systems. Some have fans, some don't. The one thing with fans is they're pretty noisy. So we're going to see how noisy these are. Hopefully they don't make a lot of noise. My wife will be like, what's that noise up there? It's your headlights. She'll be like, what in the world? Yeah. So, yeah. And then it should be a plug and play. Hopefully you got your positive up top, negative on the bottom. So if you flip this upside down, it might not get any power. So we'll play with that a little bit. I don't know what the Allen's for yet. I can see back here. That's for the fan, it looks like. But all in all, kind of cool. Let me go grab I think I have BeamTechs. I'm going to go grab my BeamTech headlights and check them out. So I have a set of BeamTech. I got these things for my Ram. What was it? Darn near almost 2 years ago now. Had pretty good luck with these, but I want to show you. Let's get this out. A little bit of a difference here. I was telling you that this has a fan, right, to help cool it. These are fanless, so obviously they're not going to make any noise. Now I had these in my Ram for a couple years now. I sold the truck, but still had the lights. So the only problem I had with these is every once in a while they wouldn't turn on, period. You can reset the truck, turn on, off, and then all of a sudden, boom, they'll kick back on. Not really sure. Never really looked into it. Shortly thereafter, we sold the truck, so I just kind of have these sitting around. But you can see the difference here. The plugs are kind of the same, plus minus on them. Should be a plug and play. You can see the difference in the LEDs up top. I think these are 6500 watt as well. Let me get the box. These are H11s. Yeah, 6500. So actually, these would be a good comparison against these ones. Two different companies. But the boxes, so we'll just kind of check these out too. I like this. It came with gloves, came with the instructions, came with a nice box with, padding in it so you're not going to damage it. Zip ties, you can't go wrong with zip ties. BeamTech, kind of the same thing. Whenever I got these BeamTechs. pretty good packaging. So these guys, they are both companies are a little, on the cheaper end, which is wonderful. That's what we're all looking for. If we can save $1 here, that's what we want to do. But yeah, I mean, they look nice. They look pretty. They feel, they're not super heavy by any means. And I don't know if that's really, I got my gloves on, so I can't really tell if that's like aluminum or if that's just a plastic. But yeah, either way, let's slap this thing in the car and see how they do. All right, so we're gonna do the low beams. This one we can get to without really moving anything. It's back in here. This one, we don't need to remove these headlights, but you need to get behind it. So we gotta take this this air intake system out. Should have a little screw here. This one's broke, so this should just pop right out of here. All right, so we got that off, and now you can get back to the headlights. So here is the OEM style halogen bulb, and this is the new LED bulb with the fan and the wiring. So we're going to put this in there and then plug it up to see how it looks. So we have the headlights in. We can put these up later. We can zip tie them up with those zip ties I came with. But what you want to do is plug this in first and then put the bulb in. Okay, to help out a little bit, it's harder to see back here, but ideally you want to plug the wire from the headlight into the wiring harness first, and then you put the headlight in. A little hard to see on that side, but the wiring harness on the car isn't very long, so if you put the headlight in, you might not have enough room to get the wiring harness from the headlight into the other wiring harness, but they're all plugged up. Let's turn them on, see how they look. Also, we need a new air filter. Okay, so we just need to put this intake back on, and this fits down into the air box, and then we got the headlights installed, so we're going to do a little before and after. Here's before, the nice yellow tint from the factory halogen style bulbs. Now the bright white with the LEDs. So I did this video at nighttime so you could really get the color difference. You can see the headlights match the fog lights with that yellow tint. I tried doing it at night with the LEDs. It just messed my camera up. It was super glary. So I just did it in the daylight. You can still see the difference between the LEDs and the fog lights. The Auxito headlights, in my opinion, are a very affordable replacement headlight. I don't know how many times you're going to get flashed because how bright they are, but they are pretty cool lights. Easy to install. The fans on the back of them are quiet. You couldn't even hear when we had the car on at all, so that's nice. Now, if you guys are interested in buying these, I'm going to have a link in the description below. You can click on that. You can search through all the vehicles and different headlights, tail lights, fog lights. They have interior lights. They have a ton of different lights on their website. You guys can check it out. There's also going to be a promo code. It's Cobra Garage 15. You guys use that, you can get 15% off your order. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them in the comment section below. Remember, God bless.